Oh, you know what time it is.
It is Bible reading time. Let me just bunk my Bible down, turn off my electronic device, set this cup I have on the table, put this disc. I don't know. Do I have the case? Nope. Okay. Well, put this disc right here. Bada bing, bada bam. I'll get the Instagram live started so that we can spread the word to more people. Honestly, that's the only reason that I stream this, because basically you guys are just forced to be along in this journey. Okay, boom, live stream, bada bing, bada bam. We'll go for 30 minutes like we normally do. Okay. Heck, I forgot the light again. Can I read without the light? No. I have very poor vision when it comes to no light. So, let's start. Let me open up the book. So we stopped at chapter 44. Yeah. I remember now. We're telling followers that you've started a live video. I don't care. Okay, if anyone wants to pop in, yes, you are welcome to. So, let's start. Oh, hi Daniel, I'm reading the Bible. Thumbs up. Okay, so chapter 44, Genesis. And he commanded that steward of his house, saying, Fill the men's sacks with food as much as they can carry, and put every man's money in his sack's mouth. And put my cup, the silver cup, in the sack's mouth of the youngest, and his corn money. And he did according to the word that Joseph had spoken. As soon as the morning was light, the men were sent away, they and their asses. Ass means donkey in the Bible. And when they were gone out of the city, and not yet far off, Joseph said unto his steward, follow after the men, and when thou dost overtake them, say unto them, Wherefore have ye rewarded evil for good? Is not this it? What? Is not this it when in which my Lord drinketh, and whereby indeed he divineth, yet have done evil in so doing? And he overtook them, and he spake unto them the same words. And they said unto him, Wherefore saith my Lord these words? God forbid that thy servants should do according to this thing. Behold, the money which we found in our sacks' mouths we brought again unto thee out of the land of Canaan. How then should we steal out of thy Lord's house silver or gold? With whomever of thy servants it be found, both let him die, and we also will be my Lord's bondmen. And he said, Now let it be according unto your words. He with whom it is found shall be my servant, and ye shall be blameless. Then they speedily took down every man his sack to the ground, and opened every man his sack. And he searched, and began the eldest, and left at the youngest. And the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. Then they rent their clothes, and laded every man his ass, and returned to the city. And Judah and his brethren came to Joseph's house, for he was yet there. And they fell before him on the ground. And Joseph said unto them, What deed is this that ye have done? Wot ye not that such a man as I can certainly divine? And Judah said, What shall we say unto my Lord? What shall we speak? Or how shall we clear ourselves? God hath found out in the iniquity of thy servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servants, both we and he also, with whom the cup is found. And he said, God forbid that I should do so, but the man in whose hand the cup is found, he shall be my servant. And as for you, get you up in peace unto your father. Then Judah came near unto him and said, O my lord, let thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word in my lord's ears, and let not thine anger burn against thy servant, for thou art even as Pharaoh. My lord asked his servants, saying, Have ye a father or a brother? And we said unto my lord, We have a father, an old man, and a child of his old age, a little one, and his brother is dead, and he is left of his mother, and he alone is left of his mother, and his father loveth him. And thou saidst unto thy servants, Bring him down unto me, that I may set my eyes upon him. And we said unto my lord, The lad cannot leave his father, for if he should leave his father would die. And thou saidst unto the servants, Except your youngest brother come down with you, ye shall see my face no more. And it shall come to pass, when we came up unto thy servant my father, we told him the words of my lord. And our father said, Go again, and buy us a little food. And we said, We cannot go down. If our youngest brother be with us, then will we go down, for we may not see the man's face, except our youngest brother will be with us. And thy servant my father said unto us, Ye know that my wife bare me 2 sons. And the one went out from me, and I said, Surely he is torn in pieces. And I saw him not since. And if ye take this also from me, and mischief befall him, ye shall bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. Now therefore, when I come to thy servant my father, and the lad be not with us, seeing that his life is bound up in the lad's life, and it shall come to pass, when he seeth that the lad is not with us, that he will die, and thy servants shall bring down the gray hairs of thy servant our father with sorrow to the grave. For thy servant became serenity for the lad unto my father, saying, If I bring him not unto thee, then I shall bear the blame to my father forever. Now therefore I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of the lad, a bondman to my lord. And let the lad go up with his brethren, for how shall I go up unto my father, the lad not be with me? Lest peradventure I see the evil that shall come unto my father. That was chapter 44. Let's go over what we read in chapter 44. Basically, honestly, I kind of forgot who the father was. I'm pretty sure it might have been Israel, but I'll just call him the father for need's sake. Basically, the father's children, they were all walking away, Jacob, who's another one of the children who everyone forgot about, was angry. He's like, go search their bags. They have stolen something from me. They stolen my cup. And then they came, and then they found out, yeah, they did steal their cup. And then and then the guy who was sent to retrieve the cup is like, I will take one of you as a servant, unless you bring down the youngest. Hello, Carla Jamazin. I'm reading the Bible, and so far I'm doing a recap of Genesis chapter 44. And basically, he's like, oh yeah, if you bring your youngest down, then I won't enslave Benjamin for stealing my cup. Then he's like, oh, but we can't. And now they're having a moral dilemma, because if they bring Benjamin, the youngest, then their father will die. And if they don't, then Benjamin's now a slave. Chapter 45. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all that stood by him, and he cried, Cause every man to go out from me. And there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren, and he wept aloud, and the Egyptians in the house of Pharaoh heard. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. And Joseph said unto his brethren, Come near to me, I pray you. And then they came near, And he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt. Now therefore be not grieved, nor angry with yourselves, that ye sold me hither, for God did send me before you to preserve life. For these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years, in which there shall neither be earning nor harvest. And God sent me before you to preserve you posterity. A word that I cannot pronounce, because I am very bad at pronunciation. In the earth, and save your lives by the great deliverance. So now it was not you that sent me hither, but God, and he hath made me a father to Pharaoh, and lord of all the house, and a ruler throughout all the lands of Egypt. Haste ye, and go up to my father, and say unto him, Thus saith thy son Joseph, God hath made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not. And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me. Thou and thy low battery. Thanks phone. Wait, let me just plug it in. Okay. And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flocks and thy herds, and all thou hast, and there will I nourish thee. And for yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household and all that thou hast come to poverty. And behold your eyes, see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that it is my mouth that speaketh unto you. And ye shall tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and all that ye have seen, and ye shall haste, and bring down my father hither. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck, and wept, and Benjamin wept upon his neck. Moreover, he kissed all of his brethren, and wept upon them. And after that his brethren talked with him. And in the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come, and it pleased Pharaoh well, and his servants. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto thy brethren, This do ye lade your beasts, and go get you unto the land of Canaan. And take your father and your households, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land. Now thou art commanded, this do ye, take ye wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones, and for your wives, and bring your father, and come. Also, regard not your stuff, for your good of all the land of Egypt is yours. And the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provision of the way. To all of them he gave each man changes to raiment. But to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment. And to his father he sent after this manner 10 asses laden with the good things of Egypt, and 10 she-asses laden with corn and bread and meat for his father by the way. And he sent his brethren away, and they departed. And he said unto them, See that ye not out of the way. And they came up out of Egypt, and came into the land of Canaan, unto Jacob their father, and told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over the land of Egypt. And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not. And they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob their father revived. And Israel said, It is enough. Joseph my son is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die. Chapter 46, let's go over what we read in chapter 45. Basically, Jacob's like, you know what, I think it's about time that I tell my brothers that it's actually me. So he goes down and is like, hey, yo, my homies. It's actually me, you know, the brother that you guys sold. But don't worry, I've forgiven you. Don't hate yourselves. Oh yeah, by the way, you know what? You're my brothers, okay? You guys can also have this richness and prosperity of Egypt, because you see, God told me something, and I was smart. I listened to him, and now we basically, while there is a famine, we're good. We're good. Like, God told me, and I listened, and now we're just good. You guys need some, because here you go. And then he's like, you know what? Send some up for Pops for me. Send some up for Dad, you know, before he dies, you know. And then Jacob, which is the dad, he like, the brothers were like, hey Dad, the son that we sold to Egypt isn't dead. And then he's like, oh, I don't believe you. And then he sees the wagons of donkeys, aka asses. He sees them just come over, and then he's like, oh, it's true. My son Jacob lives. I must see him. Wait, Jacob? No. My son Joseph lives. I must see him before I die. Chapter 46. The Lord sent... Oh, sorry. You see, it has a brief overview of basically what happens in the chapter, and I don't care about that. I read the actual scripture, and then I will do my own little translation of it to try to make it as modern day friendly as I can make it. Because you see, you hear this language and then you have no clue what it's talking about, and then I come in and then I basically translate it and be like, basically, you know, his dad was like, hey yo, my son's actually alive. You see, so chapter 46. And Israel took his journey with all that he had, and came to Beersheba, and offered sacrifices unto the God of his father Isaac. And God spake unto Israel in the visions of the night, and said unto Jacob, Jacob. And he said, Here I am. And he said, I am God, the God of thy father. Fear not, go down into Egypt, for I will make of thee a great nation. I will go down with thee unto Egypt, and I will also surely bring thee up again. And Joseph shall put his hand upon thy eyes. And Jacob rose from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried Jacob their father, and their little ones, and their wives, in the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. And they took their cattle and their goods which they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and into Egypt, Jacob and all of his seed with him, his sons and his sons' sons, with him his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his seed brought he with him into Egypt. And these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt: Jacob and his sons, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn. And the sons of Reuben, Hanach, and Phalu, and Hezron, and Carmi. And the sons of Simon, Jumil, and Jamin, and Ohad, and Jashin, and Zohar, and Shal, the son of Canaanite women. And the sons of Levi, Gershon, Kahath, and Merami. And the sons of Judah, and Onan, and Shelah, and Pharaz, and Zerah. And and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Pharaz were Hezron and Hamil. And the sons of Issachar, Tola, and Purva, and Job, and Shimra. Job, that's another very important person. That will be important later on. I'm pretty sure that he has an entire book. I'm pretty sure Job definitely has a book. I remember seeing it. And the sons of Zebulun, Sarad, and Elon, and Jalid. These be the sons of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob in Padan Aram, with his daughter Dinah. All the souls of his sons and daughters were 33. And the sons of Gad, Zephion, and Hagi, Shuni and Isbon, Eri and Arodi and Areli. And the sons of Asher, Jimnah and Ashua, and Isui and Bira, and Sarah their sister, and the sons of Bariah, Heber and Marchiel. These are the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah unto his daughter, and she bare unto Jacob even 16 souls. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, and Joseph and the sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, Joseph and Benjamin. And unto Joseph of the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, which Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of On, bare unto him. And the sons of Benjamin were Bala and Becher, and Ashbel, Gera, and Naaman, Ehi, and Rosh, Muppim, and Huppim, and Ard. These are the sons of Rachel, which were born to Jacob. All the souls were 14. And the sons of Dan, Hushim, and the sons of Naphtali, Jazil, and Guni, and Jezer, and Shalem. These are the sons of Bilhah, which Laban gave unto Rachel his daughter, and she bare unto Jacob. All the souls were 17. And the souls that came with Jacob into Egypt, which came out, and the time grew nigh that Israel must die. And he called the son Joseph, and said unto him, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. I think that we accidentally, yep, we skipped an entire page. No wonder we were on chapter 48. Yeah, we're not actually at chapter 48. We're at chapter 47. Soon. And all of his loins, besides Jacob's sons, wives, and all the souls were 66. I'm pretty sure that means 36. And the sons of Joseph, which were born him in Egypt, were 2 souls. All the souls in the house of Jacob, which came into Egypt, were 70. Does that mean 40? And he sent Judah before him unto Joseph, to direct his face unto Goshen. And they came into the land of Goshen, and Joseph made ready his chariot, and went up to meet Israel his father to Goshen, and presented himself unto him. And he fell on his neck, and wept on his neck a good while. And Israel said unto Joseph, okay, when it says he wept on his neck, it basically just means he cried when he hugged him. Joseph, now let me die, since I have seen thy face, because thou art yet alive. And Joseph said unto his brethren, and go unto my father's house. I will go up and shew Pharaoh, and say unto him, my brethren, my father's house, which were in the land of Canaan, are come unto me, and the men are shepherds, for their trade hath been to feed cattle, and they brought their flocks and their herds and all they have. And it shall come to pass, when Pharaoh shall call you, and shall say, what is your occupation? That ye shall say, thy servant's trade hath been about cattle from our youth, even until now, both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen, for every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians. Oh. Chapter 47. Let's go over what we read in chapter 46. So basically, a lot of names. So basically, they're traveling down to Egypt. Then most of the chapters just listing out all their names. And the only one that's very important that I know of is Job. He's a very devout servant of God. And basically, once you get to Egypt, okay, Joseph is like, hey guys, don't say that you're shepherds. Say that you guys are servants. Say that you guys are servants, and that your trade is about cattle. Because basically they don't like shepherds, okay? They really don't like shepherds, okay? They think that shepherds are abominations. So don't say that you're shepherds. Say that you're servants who have worked with cattle all of your lives. Boom. And then he's also like, oh, also hi dad, and then he cries. Boom. Chapter 47. We could probably get through this chapter. Probably not though. Actually, yeah. Chapter 48 is a very, very close, it seems. Wait, how many chapters are left? Chapter 50. Oh. We're only 3 away. That's nice. So we should be able to do that. I'm gonna read the Bible. I'll do another Bible stream tomorrow. At the same time, which is normally I do it every. I do it every Saturday and Sunday, 12. So yeah. Chapter 47. Then Joseph came and told Pharaoh and said, my father and my brethren and their flocks and their herds and all that they have are come out of the land of Canaan, and behold, they are in the land of Goshen. And he took some of his brethren, even 5 men, presented them unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto his brethren, What is your occupation? And they said unto Pharaoh, Thy servants are shepherds, both we and also our fathers. Wait, what? No, he said not to say that. They said moreover unto Pharaoh, For to sojourn in the land are we come, and for thy servants have no pasture for their flocks, have the famine is sore in the land of Canaan. Now therefore we pray thee, let thy servants dwell in the land of Goshen. And Pharaoh spake unto Joseph, saying, Thy father and thy brethren are come unto thee. The land of Egypt is before thee. In the best of the land make thy father and brethren dwell in the land of Goshen. Let them dwell. If thou knowest any men of activity among them, then make them rulers over my cattle. And Joseph brought in Jacob his father, and set him before Pharaoh. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Jacob, How old art thou? And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, The days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years. Few and evil have the days of the years of my life been, and have now and not obtained the days of the years of my fathers in the days of their pilgrimage. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh, and went out from before Pharaoh. And Joseph placed his father and his brethren, and gave them a possession of the land of Egypt, and the best of the land in the land of Ramses, as Pharaoh has commanded. And Joseph nourished his father and his brethren and all his father's household with bread according to their families. And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore. So the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they brought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. And Joseph said, Give your cattle, and I will give you for cattle, if money fail. And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them the flocks. And for the cattle of the herds, and for the asses, he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. When that year was ended, they came unto him the second year, and said unto him, We will not hide it from my lord. How is that our money is spent? My lord also hath our herds of cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my lord, but our bodies in our hands. Where shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh. And give us seed, that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. And Joseph brought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh. And Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh. The Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them. So the land became Pharaoh's. And as for the people, he removed them to cities, from one end of the borders of Egypt, even to the other end thereof. Only the land of the priests bought he not, for the priests had a portion assigned them of Pharaoh, and did not eat their portion which Pharaoh gave them. Wherefore they sold not their lands. Then Joseph said unto people, Behold, I have bought you this day, and your land for Pharaoh. Lo, here is seed for you, and ye shall sow the land. And it shall come to pass in the increase that ye shall give the 5th part unto Pharaoh, and 4th parts shall be own for seed of the field and for your food, and for them of your households, for food for your little ones. And they said, Thou hast saved our lives. Let us find grace in the sight of my Lord, and we will be Pharaoh's servants. And Joseph made it a law over the land of Egypt unto this day, that Pharaoh should have the fifth part, except the land of the priests only, which became not Pharaoh's. And Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt, in the country of Goshen, and they possessed and had possessions therein, and grew and multiplied exceedingly. And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years, so the whole age of Jacob was 147 years. Alright, we've hit 30 minutes, so I'll finish up this chapter and we will be done for today. And then we will start back tomorrow, because we are so close to chapter 48, meaning 2 more chapters. Technically 3 if you want to count chapter 48. And the time drew nigh that Israel must die, and he called his son Joseph, and said unto him, If now I have found grace in thy sight, but put, I pray thee, thy hand unto my thigh, and deal kindly and truly with me. Bury me not, I pray thee, in Egypt, but I will lie in my fathers, and thou shalt carry me out of Egypt. Bury me in the burying place. And he said, To do as thou hast said. And he said, Swear unto me. And he sware unto him. And Israel bowed himself down upon the bed's head. That was chapter 47. So, let's go over what we read. Basically, what's happening in chapter 47 is basically his father and all of his family is now living in Goshen. Okay, you know, they were provided by Pharaoh, and now everyone's going hungry. And now they have no money. Money's just completely useless, I guess, now. And they're all hungry, and then they're all like, "Oh, please, Joseph, please help us." And then he's like, "Don't worry, I have an idea." And basically, Pharaoh bought all of their lands. Hi, Michael. Nice to see that you made it to today's Bible stream. And basically, Joseph was like, "Don't worry, guys, I have an idea." Pharaoh bought all their land, except for the priests. And then he was like, "Okay, now that all of our land has united, here is the seed that you require. Go, plant it, make it actually useful. Like, make it into food, and there is your food." And then everyone's like, "Whoa, thank you, Joseph, you saved us, woo, woo." And then Joseph's dad dies. I'm pretty sure that he got a blessing before he did, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure, oh no, sorry. Jacob, aka Israel, died. He was given the name Israel by God. And basically he died. And then he's like, before he died, he's like, "Joseph, can I please actually be buried with my own fathers, so that I don't so that I'm not buried in Egypt, you stinky Egypt?" And then Joseph's like, "Sure." And I assume that's where we will be going to in chapter 38. So I'll see you guys all on the next one. Auf Wiedersehen, or goodbye. Okay, now that it's only me and you stream, because you see, I have Instagram live so that I can, spread the word faster and more efficiently. So I'm gonna give you guys a real quick prayer. So, dear Heavenly Father, to anyone that sees this video, or I don't know, that's watching the stream miraculously, grant them good health, please. Grant them the faith that they need, so that they may make a relationship with you, and not make it so that they don't burn in hell for all of eternity, please, dear Father. I know that we deserve it, but we know that you have seen grace in us. And I pray that you may use said grace to save us. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. So I'll see you guys all, technically, tomorrow. I'll do another one tomorrow so that we can get to Exodus tomorrow. I just said like tomorrow like 7 times in that one sentence. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one.